Hi, I'm Li Ching from Sally's Storytelling. Today is the last day of the Gaokao exam. Oh, let me take this chance to ask you a question. What should we really be learning in school? And why do we keep studying and learning to recharge ourselves? Uh, Previously on Sally's Storytelling, we told you about the book Excellent Sheep. Its author, Deresievich, taught at Yale University and Columbia University. In his view, students who graduate from prestigious schools like Harvard and Yale seem like prodigies on the surface, but they often lack independent personalities. They can't recognize themselves, can't even find goals to strive for, and are completely lost about their life direction. And our current elite education focuses too much on pragmatism, just to help students find good jobs and live affluent lives, while neglecting the cultivation of their minds, not to mention guiding them to feel youth and explore the meaning of life. Therefore, Deresievich passionately calls for changing this situation in his book. Interested listeners, please click the link in the show notes to hear the insights on college education from a Yale professor. Um, on Monday, we'll bring you another education related book titled Reinventing Education for Children. Before the internet became widespread, students mostly could only gain knowledge from schools and teachers. Thus, teachers imparted knowledge from textbooks to students. Students used exams to verify if they had mastered the knowledge. This process is essentially a knowledge transfer process, moving knowledge from textbooks to children's minds. However, society no longer needs knowledge porters. Instead, it needs smart creators who can integrate and refine existing knowledge and create new ideas and technologies. But today's school education hasn't kept up with societal changes. Hence, we need to reinvent education for children. This book deeply analyzes the problems in today's American high school and college education. For example, two scholars tracked over 2,300 students from more than 20 universities and found that most students didn't show significant improvement in the three most important abilities after 4 years: critical thinking, complex reasoning, and writing skills. Mhm. Moreover, they and their families endured enormous financial and mental stress, and schools didn't have the means to help them. The book also proposes 10 essential skills for the future. And to help children develop these abilities, we must reshape education. Although this book deeply reflects on the American education model, it's more about bold innovations for the future direction of education. When it comes out, it's definitely worth a listen. Uh, Actually, about why we should read and how we should learn. Over 100 years ago, the great German thinker Goethe provided the answer. He said, "The first principle of learning is to explore broadly. One should constantly absorb knowledge and expand horizons. Then you should appreciate the finest works and get close to the brilliant minds behind them." And why do we read? Why have culture? Is it to make oneself noble or to enter an elegant circle? Goethe's answer is that we have culture to access various possibilities, to engage with the vast world, and to know a richer self. On Tuesday, we'll listen to Conversations with Goethe, dialogue with the thinker, and with yourself. To access more possibilities, we must maintain curiosity about this world. Everyone has curiosity, but our understanding of it is just the tip of the iceberg and not necessarily accurate. Some people think curiosity is just being interested in unknown things. Others believe curiosity is an innate human nature that doesn't require time or effort to maintain. The book, Curiosity, which we'll cover on Wednesday, will refute these views one by one. These views, it tells us that true curiosity is more complex than we imagine, and we must work hard to keep it alive. Why? Curiosity is especially important for us humans. How can we maintain a vibrant curiosity? On Wednesday, we'll listen together. Then, on Thursday, we'll listen to an interesting popular science book, deeply exploring the world we live in to satisfy your endless thirst for knowledge. This book is called entering the wonderful periodic table. The periodic table, we all learned it in middle school. Can you still recite it now? The author of this book, Pakai Yoshida, is a Japanese popular science writer. He says, "We didn't appreciate the charm of the periodic table in high school chemistry class because teachers didn't tell us how useful it is. Why does eating too much salt cause high blood pressure? Why do we choose gold and silver to make jewelry? How do neon lights glow?" Takale Yoshida sets aside complex chemical equations in this book to present a worldview built on chemical elements. Well, it's Friday, and I've picked out a history book for you. In 2015, the number of Chinese students studying abroad reached 1.26 million, accounting for about a quarter of the world's international students. That means 1 out of every 4 international students is Chinese. The Great Wave of Study Abroad, releasing on Friday, tells the story of modern China's study abroad wave. It lasted from the late Qing dynasty to the founding of New China, serving as the historical source of the contemporary study abroad wave. Those students went abroad to seek personal development while also contributing to the nation. In that turbulent era, their diverse life paths after returning made us ponder the value and meaning of study abroad choices in our time. And where does this value lie? The bluebird we bring you on Saturday might offer some inspiration. This book is the dreamlike fairy tale play by Nobel Prize winner, Belgian playwright Maurice Maeterlinck. What is happiness? Where is joy? As kids, our joy might come from Santa's gifts or Disneyland, but we grow up facing real life. We wonder what true, lasting happiness and joy really are. The two little protagonists in The Blue Bird also ponder this. They accept a fairy's commission to find a bluebird symbolizing happiness. After a long, magical journey, the children finally grasp happiness. It comes with the steps of seeking truth, and the search for truth has no end. This play is an outstanding example of French symbolism. One French critic even said Maeterlinck's drama surpasses Shakespeare's finest moments. Though it features children with fairy tale charm, it makes adults reflect on losing childhood's exploratory spirit while growing satisfied with material desires. Adults struggle to believe in a bluebird like children, often forgetting truth's meaning. The play The Blue Bird reminds us that only those constantly seeking truth can be accompanied by lifelong happiness and joy. All right, that's all for this episode's editor recommendations. See you next week. I